8th class, chapter number 3, force and pressure. Okay, today we are going to see the topic. We will continue actually topic yesterday's explained, that is balanced and unbalanced forces. Okay, so let us see one of the activity by which we will understand the what actually balanced and unbalanced forces means. Okay, so this is one table, and on this table we have placed one box. Through this box we have passed one thread. Okay, means suppose this is the box. Okay, and through this the box is empty and we are just passing two threads from it. Means the thread will pass throughout this box and come out from another side. Okay, so these two side of these thread is tied with weighing pans. We are taking two pans, or you can take plastic plates also. Okay, now when we place it and just make it still, what you will observe, that it will not move. This particular box is at this particular position. Suppose I have marked this position as A. Okay, and what I did, I placed 1 kg of weight on this pan. What will happen? This box will move. Okay, it will change its position. Suppose it is coming to this point B. Okay, so this force is said to be unbalanced force. Means due to weight, weight is nothing but force. Okay, so due to weight, the object will move its position, which gives you idea about unbalanced force. Now, after this, what I did, again I am putting on the next pen 1 kg. So here 1 kg, here 1 kg. What will happen? Again this box will come to its original position A. Why? Because you can observe that your weight is 1 kg and weight is nothing but force. Weight is nothing but force. So here this weight is due to gravitational force, due to gravitational force applied. And I already said any type of force you are applying, that is not the matter. Here we want to check whether the force is balanced or unbalanced force. Here due to gravitational force, this object is being pulled this side. When it is being pulled this side, what will happen? It will shift its position, or I can say it will change its position, or it will move. So hence this effect tells us that we are having here unbalanced force when only 1 kg of force we are applying, any 1 kg. Now what I did on another pen also, when we apply 1 kg, your forces are equal. I always said when we are having forces equal in opposite direction, then that force is said to be balanced force, or that force will become balance. They will balance to each other, and final will get that net force comes to 0. So when forces equal and they are applied in opposite direction, equal forces in opposite direction, then that type of forces, or the forces will be balanced forces. Okay, and if I now remove this 1 kg, what will happen? This box will shift here. Suppose at position C, this weight will go in downward direction, this box will move here, and hence that force will be said to be unbalanced force. Why? Because we are having unequal forces. Unequal forces will give you what? Unbalanced force. Okay, now let us see what effects we have studied now on that. Inertia. Okay, now inertia is capacity or the tendency of an object, or I can say tendency of an object to be in its state. Okay, I can say inertia is tendency of an object to be in its own state. Own state means, see children, state, here we can talk about state is that either the object is in rest, is at rest. At rest means what? The state is what? State of rest. State of rest means it is not moving, it is stationary object. Or state can be of motion. Means the object is having which state? Either motion or rest. Out of this, any two states can be of the object. Okay. Now what? Tendency of an object to remain in its own state is what? Inertia. So either state can be rest state or motion state. Okay. Now we'll just see an idea, or we'll just see day-to-day examples. Okay. Inertia. So that will be classified. In what types will be classified? We'll see later on. But let us see one example that, just imagine children that you are sitting in a bus. Okay. Bus is at rest. You are also at rest. Okay. So you are sitting in the bus. Okay. So this particular bus is at rest and you are also at rest. What happened? Suddenly this bus starts. See, the bus was at rest, you was at rest. What is your state? State of rest. Which state you are having? State of rest. Okay. Bus is at rest, you are at rest. Suddenly bus starts. Just imagine what you will feel. Your body will exert which type of jerk? Backward jerk. Is it so? Please experience or imagine what I am saying. Imagine that you are sitting in bus. You are at rest. Bus is also at rest. That's why you are also at rest. Suddenly bus will start. You will get which jerk? Backward jerk. Why we are getting backward jerk, children? Because the object tendency is to be in its own state. Which state? It was at rest. So its tendency will be to be at rest. So what is happening? Bus is moving. Okay. Bus is moving. With bus, your lower part of your body will move with the bus, but your upper part of the body is still in state of rest. That's why you will feel backward jerk, and after some time your body will gain the motion acquired by the bus and you will not get jerk. You can sit straight. Okay. So this is what? Inertia. Inertia of an object. Inertia of an object. Okay. So now just see, imagine another condition, motion, state of motion. How inertia is acting as state of motion. Okay. Now the bus is moving. Okay, imagine that the bus is moving and suddenly speed breaker comes, bus driver applies the brake. What will happen? You will get forward jerk. Is it so? This is very good experience. You might have done this. Okay. So what is happening actually, children? You will get forward jerk. Now why we are getting forward jerk? Because you are state in motion, state of motion. You are moving, okay, and your body is having state of motion, and suddenly brakes. After application of brakes, bus will stop. Okay, this lower part of the body is in contact with the bus, so this body will stop, but still this is having its inertia. What inertia? That it is still moving in forward direction. That's why which type of jerk we are getting? Forward jerk. And after some time we regain the, it's our seat. Okay. So this is what? It's nothing but inertia. This is nothing but inertia. So inertia is nothing but tendency of an object to remain in its own state. Okay. It do not want to come out of its state, either state of rest, state of motion. For certain time it happens, and then according to rest or motion, whatever the object, if it is moving, if it is being stopped, our body also does not get any type of jerk, and if it is not being, then also. Okay, so this is called as inertia. So that's why from these condition you can say that inertia, we are having three types of inertia: inertia of rest, then inertia of motion, and even inertia of direction. Inertia of direction. By explaining you few examples, you children will very easily understand what does inertia of rest, inertia of motion, and inertia of direction means. Okay. So just now we have taken one example of bus. That was for inertia of rest. What? The object is at rest. So it is having what? Tendency to be at rest. Tendency to remain in its own state. What I said, it is at rest. So it will have tendency to be in rest. Okay. So what will happen? It will suddenly move. The bus will move, and what will happen? This lower part which is in contact with this particular bus will be in rest only. But when suddenly the bus starts, this lower part also moves. Okay, this lower part of your body moves, and that's why this is still in rest. That's why we will feel which jerk? Backward jerk. Which jerk? Backward jerk. Why? Because still the body is in rest, but the lower part of the body is in contact with bus. That's why it will be moving. Now let's see another case for inertia of motion. The same example. Suddenly the bus stops. The moving bus stops. Okay, what inertia it is having? What is the tendency of body? Tendency of body is to be in motion. But as this bus stops suddenly, this lower part will stop, but upper part is still in what? In motion. So its tendency is to be in its motion. So this is called inertia of motion. That's why you feel which jerk? Forward jerk. So that jerk forward or backward is not inertia of rest. That is example I am giving you. Okay? But actually inertia of rest and inertia of motion, by this example you children can easily understand it. Okay. Now let us see inertia of direction. Same condition we can take. If your bus is suddenly taking turn. See, you are going in this direction. Correct? If you are moving in this direction, your tendency will be in this direction only. Your body, tendency of the body will be in its own state. Now the state is what? It will be in this direction. Now suddenly when the bus turns, your body will get in which direction it will move. Just imagine, you have imagined this lot of time. I already said physics is not very hard. It is the simplest subject. Only the things around you, you have to visualize it, imagine it. Okay. So what I am saying, whenever you will get U-turn in left direction, you are going out in outward direction. Your body will try to go in outward direction. Why it is going in outward direction? Actually the bus is going in this direction. You must move in this direction with the bus. But why? Because the direction of your body was this. Okay. And what happened? The bus moved. When the bus moved, your body was still in which direction? In the same direction. So the tendency of this body was moving in the straight direction. Now when you are changing the direction, this for certain time or for few seconds, what will your body will feel? Outward push. This outward push means nothing but inertia. Now this is what? Inertia of direction. So there are various examples. I'll give you. Just imagine one tree and dead leaf. Where does it fall? It is at rest. What? It is not moving. What will happen? Where it is falling? Itself there only. If you just shake any fruit tree or just dead leaves of tree, you will see, or ripened fruit. If you take the fruits which are ripe, mango or any of the plant, any of the tree, and if you shake it, what happens? Where actually that apple or whichever fruit will fall at where it was. Means suppose this is one branch, okay, and here we are having leaves, okay, and suppose mango. We are having here mango. Now, when you are moving this branch in this direction and in this direction, suppose I am moving in this direction, then where actually the fruit must fall? From this exactly, this position. Suppose this is the original position of this branch. What I did, I am shaking it, I am moving it. When I am moving, it should fall from here. No, but where it is falling? From here only. Why? Because it is still at rest, or its tendency is to be at rest. So this is called as inertia of rest. You might have observed your mother dusting carpets early morning, children. You know that early morning you can see dust also. So in early morning, at early morning time, just observe the thing. You may try this at home also. Just take carpet, okay, and dust it. Now what happens actually? Suppose this is the carpet, okay, there are a lot of dust particles. Your mother is dusting it. When she dusts, how it moves? Like this. Now what will happen? This particular, suppose I am talking about these dust particles, the dust come out. So what is happening? When this particular dust present here will be at rest, and when we dust, what will happen? This carpet will go in downward direction. The dust is still here. Understood? And then it will move away with air, motion of air or movement of air. Suppose here another dust particle, you are dusting it like this, okay, dusting it, it is still here. Why? Because it is having inertia of rest, okay. So these are good examples of inertia of rest. There are a lot of inertia of motion examples also, and there are a lot of examples of this, okay. Now directional inertia also you can call. Inertia of direction can also be called as inertia of direction, okay. Now example I have given of this bus also. Just see in rainy season now, during rainy season, the tires of your vehicles, okay, they are, suppose this is one of the vehicle tire. Suppose, just imagine this is vehicle tire, okay. Now this is your bicycle tire, and when it is moving through water, actually this water particle must move like this, but you will observe that it is going like this, okay. Why this water is coming? Because it is having this inertia of direction. It should move in this way. That's why it gets that much curve. Why? Because its tendency is to be in its own direction. So that is known as inertia of direction. So now you children also can define what is inertia of rest, inertia of direction, and inertia of motion. So first is inertia of rest, okay. So what tendency? Tendency of an object, tendency of an object to remain in the state of what? State of rest is called inertia of rest. Then what will be inertia of motion? Same definition. Instead of rest, the object wants to be in the state of motion, okay. So tendency of an object to remain in the state of motion, okay, is said inertia of motion. And last one is inertia of direction, or you may call it as directional inertia. You may also call it as directional inertia. Again the same, tendency of an object to remain in its own direction. So the definition is tendency of an direction is said inertia of direction. So you can imagine lot of, or you can consider many of the examples around you, and by this you can easily explain what does inertia means. Okay.